Hey, I'm Christina with Tinagirl Travels. I'm on the Crown Princess. We are sailing on a 10-day voyage to Alaska. It has been an amazing trip. I want to share with you some really cool things about this ship, as well as some strange things about it and some things that I didn't really love. But mostly it's things that I really like, so let's get right into it. The Crown Princess is a beautiful ship with 19 decks and over 1,500 guest cabins and holds over 3,000 passengers and 1,200 crew members. On this trip, I'm actually sailing with my brother, sister-in-law, and the kids. If he looks familiar to you, you may have seen him here on YouTube on his channel called Northern Viking Explorer. Ken and Andrea share their daily cruising vlogs on board, so be sure to pop on over to his channel and check that out. We boarded here in Vancouver. I actually worked here at Canada Place for 4 years with Vancouver shore operations for Holland America Cruise Lines, but never had a chance to sail out of Vancouver, so I'm super excited about this. Like I said in my introduction, I'm going to show you 10 spaces and places on this ship that you could easily miss but are worth checking out. I also said I would show you a strange place on the ship that had me wondering what in the world. Be sure if you're sailing out of Vancouver going to Alaska that you're out on an upper deck for sail away as you sail under the Lionsgate Bridge. Honestly, it's spectacular. The clearance feels like it's just a few feet. It's just so cool. All right, number 1 is the sanctuary. I'm getting right into the strange thing and the thing that I really didn't like, so we can get that out of the way. I was really trying to figure out this space. It's a huge area in a prime location on the ship, and every time I went up here, it felt like an empty ghost town. So I understand that it's an area that you pay extra to be in. You can buy a half-day pass or a full-day pass. I think it's around $20 for the half-day or $40 for the full day. It's an adults-only area, which is great. The 10 days we sailed to Alaska, we had beautiful, hot weather every single day, so it wasn't an issue of bad weather. Every time I came up here, it literally looked like this, completely empty. The ship was at full capacity, so it wasn't a lack of passengers. That was really strange and seemed like a bit of a waste of precious space. As you can see, it's such a beautiful, relaxing space. Great places to sit and relax or visit with friends. You could book a massage in one of the tents, and you can see the massage area. It looks wonderful. And the pool closest to this area is located just one deck lower, right outside the gym and the spa, but it was never open, which was too bad with the weather being so warm. We were in the pools every day and they were quite crowded, especially the ones with the kids. They were crazy busy and not enjoyable at all with all the jumping and splashing, and it would have been nice to have an adults only pool to swim in. I don't mean to complain, but it just seems so strange to have this space and no one using it. Be sure to pop on over and have a look and let me know if you sail on the Crown Princess. I would love to know if people use the space on your sailing. Okay, enough with the negativity. Let's move on to great things you need to try on board the Crown Princess. Number 2 is movies under the stars. This was so fun and so cozy. The deck chairs are covered with comfy cushions and each seat is given a cozy, soft blanket. They had a fantastic assortment of movies going both in the daytime and at night. If it's nice out, this is a really beautiful setting to enjoy a movie. The pool and the hot tubs were open, so you could actually relax in the water as well to enjoy the show. So be sure to take in movies under the stars. Number 3 is the promenade deck on deck 7. So we had no idea until the second to last day that this deck actually went all the way around the entire ship. Now, there were some stairs at the front of the ship taking you up one floor to the Emerald deck, deck 8. And then as you go across and around the front, you go down again back to the promenade deck. Keep this deck in mind if you're in Alaska and it's raining, or if you're someplace warm and you need some shade. It's fully covered and a perfect place to hang out and watch the glaciers or do some whale watching, or to walk off all that amazing food that you'll be eating. Number 4 is the International Cafe on deck 5, which is the Plaza deck. This area is located midship. Here you can get a handcrafted latte or an iced coffee and a nice piece of cake. Those are things you'll need to pay extra for, but you can also get really nice sandwiches or some fresh fruit and other desserts at no cost. They had different options here that you couldn't get anywhere else on the ship. It's a great place to go if you need a little something different away from the lunchtime crowds or even a little late night snack. Number 5, we're heading to the Princess Theater at the front of the ship for the naturalist shows that they offered here for the Alaska sailings. They even brought in Libby Riddles, the first woman to win the Iditarod. She shared her story and she was so fascinating to listen to. There was also a naturalist on board who spoke about the sea life, land life, and living in Alaska. Honestly, the talks were so interesting. Do not miss them. After the shows, you could head into the conference center and chat with the speakers personally. It was really good, and even the kids enjoyed it. Number 6 is something I'm trying to research a little more about, but there's not much information out there. Somehow, as I was perusing the shops on board the Crown Princess, and I'll put a little plug in here about my next video, which will be about all the shopping on board the Crown Princess. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you won't miss out on that video when it drops. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, okay. As I was perusing the shops, I got wind of something about pre-owned bags in one of the shops. That didn't sound right, but Meridian Bay sells pre-owned, and not just any old bag, but high-end, and I mean high-end, like Birkin bags and Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Chanel. I did a little sneak peek at one of the Birkin price tags and it was $21,000 US. If you know about Birkins, that's not too bad. So if you've always wanted to own a luxury bag, these brands hold their value. This might be something you want to consider. So they all looked in perfect condition, and I noticed lots of people milling around and admiring those bags. Definitely go and check them out. And a little bonus, they're tax-free because they're pre-owned. All right, number 7, we're heading back down to Deck 5 midship to the Fine Arts Gallery. So even if you're not planning to buy any art on your cruise, this is a really beautiful place to walk through and enjoy. So the gallery features paintings and sculpture and interesting original pieces from world-class artists. If you want to buy something, you most certainly can. They'll even ship it to you globally. This gallery is located right next to the International Cafe, so grab a latte and enjoy a walk through having a look at this beautiful artwork. Number 8, sometimes you've just had enough time with people and you need a little alone time or a little downtime. The library is a place you might want to check out. You can pick up the daily Sudoku puzzle, you can check out a book or a magazine. There are even some fun games here to choose from like backgammon or checkers, apples to apples, Stratego, Monopoly, and Clue, so some fun family games as well. You can sit here and play, or you can take it with you and find a nice quiet space to play. And for the books, you'll find romance and westerns and sci-fi and thrillers and even some non-fiction books. Number 9, we're going to check out the Internet Center way down on Deck 5 near the International Cafe. Sometimes even on vacation, we need to be connected with our loved ones and our jobs. Not to worry, the Internet Center will give you a space to do all of that. If you need a computer, you'll find that here as well as a printer, and quiet spaces to get your work done if you need that. So a computer and a printer will come in very useful, especially if you have that flight out the day you disembark and you want to check into your flight and print out those boarding passes. This space will be very helpful. So number 10 is more of an experience I want to tell you about. The Crown Grill, which is usually a restaurant you have to pay for, offers a pub lunch that was really fun. They did a traditional English fish and chips, bangers and mash, cottage pie lunch. It was delicious. Go a little bit later to avoid the rush that's in the beginning. I want to also mention another fun thing to do when you're in Alaska. You'll notice there are tons of crab restaurants ashore, and I almost fell over when I saw the price of some of those meals on shore. The Crown Princess opens part of their cafe in the back of the ship as a crab shack in the evenings. It'll cost you about $29 per person, but the food looked amazing. If you're traveling on the the Crown, I'll post a link to some of my videos for you to check out right here. Thanks for watching Tinagirl Travels. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos.